Hello, this is my math lesson plan on measurement and data. So our agenda for this plan will be a quick warm-up to review background knowledge, the CLO review, what is our goal, that's mainly just for the teacher. And then 3 is vocabulary, what words do we need to know to complete our goal. 4 is a mini linguistics lesson where we will discuss information on morphology, and then measurement is number 5, where we will practice measuring things. So one warm up, what we already know but may need a reminder. Learning math can be very easy. Do you know how? A meter is about the length of a long step for a 7 or 8-year-old kid. 100 centimeters equals a meter. Would you measure this tree with a meter or a centimeter? So I would just talk about, or I would just ask the kids this question and then ask them why they would measure it with a meter or a centimeter. We would just discuss a little bit about that. And then for the content language objective, the main thing that we're trying to learn here is how to measure to determine how much longer one object is than another, and expressing the length difference in terms of standard length unit. But we're just going to assume that these students already know how to use measurement using abbreviations. So the how is we're identifying key content vocabulary, and then identify key features of the measuring tools, estimating lengths using units of inches, feet, centimeters, and meters. So 3 is the materials and vocabulary. I will have all this stuff on each desk for the kids to explore: gummy worms, desk ruler, meter stick, yardstick, pencil, tape measure, and they'll have their math journal so they can record in. And then on this side here, we have the Quizlet where they can click here, and then it'll take them to their vocabulary words, which is like 15 words, and we're just going to focus on 6 words for the linguistics lesson. So they'll have 5 minutes to explore these tools and write notes down in their math journals, and then they'll go to the Quizlet and study the words, and we'll talk about some of the more common ones. So the mini linguistics lesson is on morphology. I have here centimeter. Centi is a prefix. You may know the word cent. 100 cents is $1. You may know the word century. 100 years is a century. Estimate, this is a root word that means value in Latin. Prefix examples are underestimate, overestimate. Meter, the word meter is an affix. It usually goes at the end of a unit of measurement, like centimeter. Foot, this is a root word. It can be a verb or a noun. Length is also a root word. It can have suffixes like y, I, n, e, s, s, e, n, i, n, g, ed. And so I'll ask them to take out their whiteboards and markers, and we'll add these suffixes onto the word length, and then we'll try saying them out loud together. And then we'll talk about a little bit about what they mean. So, and then measure, here are some prefixes for the word measure: mismeasure and remeasure. I'm not completely certain on the morphology of all of these words. I just researched online, and there's not a lot of articles about morphology on these certain words, so it's kind of hard to know 100% if I was correct, but I just really am interested in morphology, specifically in linguistics, so I thought I'd try and learn more about it. And I think it's really important for the students to connect words, to have like connections for words like these. I just think it'll help them remember these words better, and then help them connect with other words like cent or century. And then number 5 is length measures. So we're going to measure each gummy worm as it is, and then the students will record their measurements in their math journals. And then the students will work in groups of 2, so they are able to stretch their gummy worms and record their measurements in their journals. And then this is for if we have time. I know this lesson is probably already pretty long, but we can use the ruler to take measurements. We can use our own ruler on our desk, or we can use this virtual ruler. Or this can also be the assessment as well. But the main assessment that I have is that students will actually walk around the room and measure the teacher's desks and record it in their math journals. And they will measure a specific book that is placed on their table and record it in their math journals. And this will be an individual assessment. And then the closure will be that we will write in our journal one question. So we have to write one question, and then what we are confused about, if we were confused about anything, and then what we didn't like or what we did like about the lesson so I can improve on it. And that is the end of my lesson. I hope you enjoyed.